Personally, I think the NFL should be looking into the fact that the 49ers had 2 byes. The one they already had, and this past Sunday night. Grossi Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, a podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I am your host, Tom Sadbeer Grossi, and today what we're going to be doing is breaking down every game from week 12 in the NFL as we get closer and closer to the playoffs. Now, yesterday I released a little playoff predictions for the NFC, about which teams are going to make it and which seeds. And I think the top 6 teams are going to stay the way that they are, especially with the Rams blowing it last night. I don't think anyone is going to catch. I don't think anyone's going to catch anybody in the top 6 at this point. But it is still a fair game in the AFC, and who knows? A team might have a historical collapse, and I pray it's just not me. But let's break it down, starting with the Thursday night game. You had the Colts losing to the Houston Texans 20-17. Now, they had no Mac, but yakety yak, that wasn't a problem because Williams ran for 104 yards. But Jacoby Brissett, bit of a rough night, didn't really have a whole lot going on for him. Watson, 19 for 30, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Carlos Hyde had a good night, but the main man who had a great night was Will Fuller. And so they were able to, a close game, able to get it done, and actually a pretty good Thursday night game. But the Texans are one of those teams where, you know, they get blown out 41-7 by the Ravens, but they're able to bounce back pretty well. But I don't think the Texans are going to go anywhere real far in the playoffs. So wild card round, maybe divisional. Then you had the Browns beating up on the Dolphins 41-24. Oh, look, there's the Browns offense. Baker Mayfield with 3 touchdowns. Nick Chubb ran for 106 yards. They finally found that offense, and it just happened to be against the Dolphins. So, yeah, they find themselves against the Dolphins or early in the season against the Ravens. If you can find some correlation between those two and explain what the hell is going on, more power to you. Now, the Browns aren't going to go anywhere, but is it going to be enough if they have a late season surge to save Freddie Kitchens' job? Well, if you're a Browns fan, you better hope that answer is no. Then you had, oh God, this dumpster fire of a game. The Lions versus the Redskins, in which tickets were going for single digits. The Redskins won a game, guys, 19-16. Driscoll threw 3 interceptions. Haskins, 13 for 29, 156 yards, and 1 interception. And that stat line basically tells you everything you need to know about this game. It was just ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. And for the Lions, yeah, I mean, you guys weren't going to go to the playoffs anyway, but like the Bears are looking at you right now and laughing for losing to the Redskins. So, yep. Guess that basement spot might be yours again anyway. Then you had the Jets beating up on the Raiders 34-3. What is happening? What is happening? Carr, 15 for 27, threw an interception. Jacobs was held to only 34 yards. Darnold, though, had himself a great game. And yeah, I would have never predicted this. The Raiders have been playing pretty darn well. John Gruden able to turn that ship around. And Jacobs has been absolutely phenomenal this year. And they could not do anything against the Jets. The New York Jets, they couldn't do anything against the Jets. Yeah. So I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I don't understand it. Both these teams just confuse me. The Jets, they don't. They don't confuse me. They just suck. But the Raiders, I thought you didn't suck this bad. Obviously, I was wrong. Then you had the Giants taking on the Bears, losing 19-14, in which neither team featured a run game, but Daniel Jones, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then Barkley, only 59 yards against the Bears defense, and Trubisky threw 2 interceptions. So, yeah, this just happened to, like, Barkley got it going near the end. This just, like, is one of those games that, like, it happened. That's really what it is. The Bears right now are just running in slow motion towards a cliff, and They really shouldn't take much from this victory. It's a moral victory, but it's not like they have a first-round pick anyway, so, tanking doesn't do you any good, so might as well screw over the Raiders, right? Then you had the Panthers taking on the Saints in a close game. The Saints taking care of business 34-31. Thankfully, for the Saints fans, that the Panthers can't kick an extra point or a field goal, but Allen threw 3 touchdowns this week, which was much better than whatever the hell that was last week. Breeze threw 3 touchdowns, and again, Kamara and Latavius Murray outrushed Kamara on Sunday. But yeah, this was a lucky game. The Saints, they were taking care of business early in the game, and then this got way, way, way too close, and the Panthers, quite honestly, just should have won. But he Cody Parkey'd it, or Eddie Panero'd it, or Bears'd it. So the Saints able to take care of business against a divisional rival, but they're going to need to stay pretty much perfect, and they have some tough games on the horizon if they want to compete for that first-round bye. Then you had the Seahawks taking care of business against the Eagles 17-9. Carson, who's been great in their backfield, really struggled on Sunday, and so Penny decided to take control there and rush for over 100 yards. Now, Wentz obviously struggled, and the Eagles, they're pretty much dead on arrival. They're not going to make the playoffs, my friends. It's not going to happen unless the Cowboys dramatically collapse and the Eagles just are like, oh, okay, let's learn how to play football again. It's not going to happen. But the Seahawks, with Wilson struggling and not doing well, were able to rely on that run game, able to rely on that defense, and they got it done. And the Seahawks keep on moving. They have a tough game against Minnesota next week. Then you had the Buccaneers beating the Falcons 35-22, and come on! What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to call predictions in this league? The Falcons look like the greatest team ever. For the past 2 weeks, their defense looks unstoppable, and they lose to the Buccaneers. What's going on? Jameis Winston, because he's Winston, threw 3 touchdowns. Of course, he threw 2 interceptions because, you can't spell Winston without INT, and that's actually true. Threw for over 300 yards. Matt Ryan struggled, 23 for 46, 271 yards, and 1 interception. Where's the defense? Where is it? Huh? That's it. It's like a normal person sitting at my Thanksgiving table. Where's the beef? Where's the beef? Then you had the Broncos getting shut down by the Bills 20-3. The Bills absolutely smothered Allen, and he only threw for 82 yards. They got 4 sacks on the Broncos, and they weren't able to get it going. So the Broncos, after sniffing rarefied air of nearly beating the Vikings and then blowing it, fell crashing down to earth again. And the Bills, listen, you guys got an easy schedule, so probably going to be able to sneak in into the playoffs there. But now that I've said something, you'll probably crash. My bad. Then you have the Steelers beating the Bengals 16-10. Rudolph is officially out for next week. He's just bad. He's just so bad. He played terrible. But thankfully for them, he's playing against the Bengals. And the Bengals as a whole are just that, a black hole that just sucks in anything good. AJ Green, I'm pretty sure he's been healthy for the past 12 weeks. He just doesn't want to come back at this point. Then you had the Jaguars losing to the Titans 42-20. Yeah, where's that defense there, Jaguars? Yeah, Derrick Henry is an absolute monster. 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tannehill threw for 2 touchdowns, ran it in for 2 touchdowns. And the Jaguars, yeah. Yep. I don't know what to do with the Titans. I never get their games right. They're just, you go Titans. You're like the most mediocre team ever. I just don't know what to do with you. Then you had a great game. The Patriots winning 13-9 against the Cowboys. Ugly game. Patriots defense looked good. Nobody's offense looked good. And yeah, that was bad. Both these teams will most likely make the playoffs, but they sure as hell ain't going to be playing in the Super Bowl against each other. Then you had the Sunday night game where the Packers and 49ers didn't play. Then Monday night, you had the Ravens beating up on the Rams 45-6. What a bunch of idiots getting embarrassed in prime time. What team does that? Yeah, Lamar Jackson is a monster. He hasn't thrown an interception since October 6th, and he threw 3 of them. But 12 TDs in the last 3 weeks through the air. The offense is clicking. Ingram is playing well. The defense is dominating, and they have an amazing game against the 49ers next week, which might just be a Super Bowl preview. But who knows? Because the 49ers had a bye week, so we don't know if they're for real or not. Right, guys? But let me know what you thought about Week 12 down in the comments below. Excited to see the Packers coming off their 2-week bye, just like the 49ers. And they play the Giants. That'll be good. That'll be nice. Maybe I can feel happy enjoying it again. Probably not. You can guys find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at Tom Grossi Comedy on all social media. See down below. Check out Patcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout and thank you to all the Patreon members over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack, go.